Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2022 to 2023, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Well-being. So before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
Kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyotirnamostute Deepajyotirnamostute Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampadah.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's session. We will initially take up session by Ravichandran ji, and then we'll move on to our regular commemorations. So we have with us Mr. Ravichandran ji, Principal Consultant, Mapper Consulting Co. from Chennai. Yeah, Ravichandran ji, you can unmute yourself and start your presentation.
Is my screen is viewable?
No, we can't see your video. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, now we can see you, hear you.
Good evening to all of you. I understand. Previous time I used to give a lot of introductory. Nowadays I'm a little more comforted talking to all the participants. I somewhat feel to take the thrill of discussions irrespective of the platform what we are in. I would like to precisely thank Dr. Ravindra, the commitment and the convictions of proceeding on in spite of a lot of ambiguous happening among sets of processes which is being managed over the period of months is really thundering, and I would like to salute the kind of involvement he has. Why do I salute me? I also believe in this. I also practice myself in similar fashion. And sometimes I feel I do good maybe others are not. But I found out a duplicate person like me, which I was doing it for continuously for several years for several reasons in my consulting management company, which I was doing it not 1 year, 2 years. I actually spent around 14 years. I have come across the entire cycle of ups and downs and up again and down and down. Um, why do I say my experiences is so important over here? And similar to that, I lived in a corporate company for close to 14 years. I'm today 52 plus. I spent my time in corporate industry. Yes, I started from a very junior staff and I did my MBA from Calcutta. And subsequently, I moved over into my own specific streamline in HR management and learned a lot in a corporate environment, many Swedish companies. I interacted with many Europeans, many Americans, many Russians, many Chinese, Japanese. Why do I say all this? Is the cross country. I have had an opportunity in my very early age of 27 onwards. I lived with a man of European, Sweden, continuously for 6 months in a guest house. The way of his life, the way of his taking, the way of his managing his personalities of their own from India, an experience of learning is absolutely a totally different path. We Indians are quite emotional. Europeans, they don't understand what is called emotion. In my experience, they go with their own, managing skills. They don't have no straight connects like an Indians. For everything, they leave it to their own decision making, including their siblings, children, parents, everything. One of my friends worked in Leh, Ladakh. Why I'm saying all these experiences is more relevant to my topic, which I'm going to share you right away, the slide called Mind Poverty. Mind Poverty. My screen is viewable, sir. Now?
Not yet, Ravichandranji.
Oh, 1 minute, sir. Just hold on, sir. Yeah. Some problem. Yeah, I'll share it right at right. Now it's fine?
Yeah, now it's visible.
Back.
Please
Okay.
continue.
Start from my own background of experience is quite important. Not taking anything in general. So my communication need to be very important to me to make everyone to certainly everybody has come across. Dr. Ravindra has come across global and he's interacting across people, country to country, calling them, bringing them online. These are a tremendous time slot mind work. It's not easy. No, anything can be done 1 year time, 2 months time, or 5 months time. But at last, you're bringing all put together on a podium at certain specific time. The podium, what do I mean? Here is the online web call. It's not a such kind of an experience where does he has got anything in his mind of poverty? His mind is highly rich. The mind is very, very important to become a rich man. Mind should be very rich. In spite of you carry a bank balance of anything, keep it aside. If your mind is poverty, your bank balance does not work anything out. So similarly, what did I was explaining you is, I have come across with the people who are so surprised to us, surprised to me. Maybe precisely I would say this. because their living lifestyle is modus operandi very different mind they are. And similarly, an American, they live with their mind of absolutely different compared to European Russians. And Chinese and Japanese are so conservative. Why did I come across all these experiences? Because I lived in a MNC company. Those time it was not India opened, widely open. It was only the company came from Sweden to India directly without any share equity. 100% owned by Sweden company, Malmo headquarter. Malmo is the capital of Sweden. But now they were here, all those resources from across globe, they travel to India often and often because everybody is wanting to be in India. Because India is the biggest country. Sweden is just 3 times smaller than Kerala. One overnight you can journey the entire country. Finland is the smallest country. Switzerland, all we call it all blah blah big super country. What is the size of it? Okay, it's much 3 times, 4 times smaller than Kerala. Okay, so now going back to the topic, what I was saying is how those people mind, how we are. I don't want to compare exorbitantly with other countries because India has got its own tradition. It has got a huge amount of values and treasures. But we don't believe in those, and we always go with McKinsey studies, and English is an important to us. And yes, today it is important, no doubt about it. Otherwise, our global economy may not match with it. But coming to aggressively improving on your qualities, you need to be globally acceptable and locally thinkable. Globally acceptable, locally acceptable. Of what? India and heritage, the culture, pluralism, not singularism. India has got the pluralism of diversified cultural practices. Every 100 kilometers away, you will find a different food, a different dress code, different language, different tradition, different whatnot. You all know, everybody knows about it. 100 kilometers away, everything changes in India, drastically changes. We are united. America has got more than 8,000 kilometers, there is no difference. But in India, every 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers away from Trichy, from Chennai, 70 kilometers away, Tirupati I touch. Other side I touch Nellore. This side I touch Mangalore. You stay at your place, wherever you are, just look at it. Now, unless until we enrich our mind, we fall into call it as a poverty. What does it mean? Why do we call it as a poverty? Poor mind everybody come across, I know it. Poverty is a kind of an exercise which is going to be said in 6 formulas. 6 formula I can make it as 6 times. Situational poverty. What is situation? The person who is living in this life of his parental supports, hereditary, all called situational poverty. What is situational poverty over here? The mind. We are talking about the mind. You are sabotage, your children are sabotage, your parents are asking you, no. You cannot, you should not, you will not, you might not, all. No no's are always behind us. We live with our, in spite of all educational super, we go with it. Generation to generation, we just keep our eyes closed and go with it. Panchangam, Panchamritam, All are good, but no meaning of understanding. We know we have a tradition, but we don't know what it's all about. Just for the sake of the senior, just because of the generation who born earlier, the brilliant. Today, Ravichandran, I myself is a brilliant, if I call it myself, or I'm a stupidity, everybody is pointing out me out. But my younger generation coming behind me, Ravichandran is a superman. Anybody is becoming an older and older, becomes a richer and richer of understanding his life, it seems. It's all need to be very careful. So generational poverty, absolute poverty. What does it mean, absolute? Again, absolute is in a financial grounds. Various reasons behind we cannot go. Relative poverty. All are more related to our traditional, hypothetically clubbed in, you cannot link off. So it pulls you inside. I've seen in my life, when I was doing 8th standard, I very much remember even today, very good in their education. Very good in their education. I myself was very, very moderate man. I could even get hardly 45, 50 marks. I'm very happy those times. If I get 50 marks in my any subject, I'll be really, really happy. I used to live very happy because I can't reach over. But and I know now many of my colleagues, boys, students, girls, were not lesser than 70, 80. Those times 70, 80 getting is a big moon sky. But they all were today, I have seen them recently, shocking me. They were nothing. They were really nothing. It's all relative poverty. Urban poverty, there are people who you, I, all do live in, not in rural, but urban. Urban, there are people who come with a lots of mindsets. Again, they don't go out of their doors. They don't go out of their doors, but they open their WhatsApp and social media and widely and take the global consumptions. But they don't go out of their door. Again, come to the rural poverty. Rural is, yes, all villages, you look at it, there are many places in villages, all were habituated to live in their own living lifestyle, in spite of intellectual is there, in spite of knowledge is there, in spite of whatever, irrespective of all, still they don't come up because the rural poverty makes them not to grow further. It's all what? Financial? No. Only the mind I'm talking about over here. Anybody wants to break in the middle? You can raise a question, please. We can talk. We have plenty time. Dr. Ravindra will provide me. So anybody don't hesitate raising any question that makes others to also happier to know from you. Risk factors. Poverty involves complex array of risk factors that adversely affect the population in a variety of ways. This sets of people fall into adverse effect of emotion and social challenges. We all people, India especially, more living of lifestyle of emotions. Emotions. You look at the television serials and male television serial, you can see all the girls, all the male characters are having a beautiful dress code, plainly best rich dress codes, beautiful color shades, and transparent, superb dress model which makes a reflecting on the screen. The hound behind of them having a beautiful painted coat and displays are so superb, and having lipstick on their lips and having a good jewelries on their necks, and they finally cry. They weep. All the television serials. All the time they talk about their family issues, stresses, manners. But they were in a super dress code, they are standing in front of you on the screen. If they look at if they are standing only crying and they look at ugly, will you see the screen? You can't. The screen will not cope up with the scheme of the situation. That's why you look at any of the cinemas, any of the television serials, any of the program, all emotion is alone carrying, not the dress code. So India, emotion and social, what social over here? Only the family discourse. We are into always the poverty of understanding things, not money, not wealth. Mind. Mind is so bad. If you practice your mind to bad way, your cognitive will become a huge lock. You will fall into as a prey of other, and your health and safety will be a troublesome. Acute chronic stress you will have. You look at many of the people recently, the marriage and living up, 3 years, 5 years time down the line, immediately they go for divorce. Many things are happening in India today. India has got only 1% of divorce. US got more than 38% of divorce. Only 1% in India, 38% and above in US. Australia has got more than 34. So look at the emotions where we are living in, and they don't like, immediately they go for closing the doors. India is into emotion. I'm not trying to say that you also should go with the divorce or disconnect or anything. The emotions are becoming very important part in our mind, soul, and wisdom. That's why I want to talk about it. Hope you are getting my points. Okay, as a result of the children are getting too badly affected. Children doesn't know. Children does not understand. I myself find great difficulty of managing my own children. It happens to every door. And many of them will come and forward to you and ask, no, you should handle this way, you should handle that way. Everybody will teach you. Everyone is available in this world to teach you. It's a quite paradigm, we all need to masters. So the poverty background affects the children and teachers less empathy for others' misfortune as teachers. These can puzzle, frustrate, or irritate us. Every proper response that we don't see at our school is also, I'm mentioning, like an accompany. School is alone, let's not put as a children. I'm talking about you. You mean working in a workplace. Here, the school, I also mean it as a workplace. Hope I'm not teaching any children's school here. All are matured over in front of me. You please, if you are in a company or office working in an organization, each school means your organization where you are engaged currently. Well, implication, every emotion responses, 6 hardwired emotions. Look at it, very simple. I know you are quite badly connected. So unless until rewire your brain, all we can talk only by experience. Ravi cannot manage on his own. Ravi, who is the one, he is talking to you in front of screen. Ravi himself not able to manage. So I'm trying to manage it. All I'm trying to share you. Don't think Ravi is the master trying to give you a lecture. I'm unable to manage. Learning with these kind of practices and part of my life, which is I'm doing it today, poverty mind. Cooperation, we misplace it. Patience, we lose it. Embarrassment, we fall in. Empathy, we always seek into. Gratitude, we expect gratitude. Forgiveness, we never forgive others. Who? Ravi. Ravichandran himself does not do. So Ravichandran has supposed to do. Why I'm saying putting me into? I'm not trying to teach you. I'm asking you people all together think on these kind of subjects and try to overcome. I somewhat bored came because my age and experience is little larger. That's why I'm little fun enough to take these kind of subjects. Otherwise, myself will be a little troublesome. Well, relationship, what all employee students do bring to school, an organization, or 3 strong relations we need to achieve as a school behavior. The drive for reliable relationship. Trust. Trust. It's called reliable. Trust. Trust other. We don't trust other. We simply start with doubt. Everything we got a doubt. Everything. Anything. Either we know, either we don't know. Either we are somewhat, we are extremely zero. We got our own doubting of everybody. We never believe. So it's a reflection of your own mind. So make your mind liberal, happy. Don't think that you will be losing soon, like mind. Some positivity. We talk about pessimism, optimism. But mind need to be practiced. That's why I put it as a scarcity word called poverty. It's not poor. The quest for importance and social status. You have to manage your social status, magnify yourself, put yourself into the better part of understanding. Make yourself more socially and confident man to put you on the top of it. You are the human instinct. You are the top. You are the apex. You are the apex of this entire living instinct. Hope you all get it, what I'm saying. We are the apex of the whole living instinct of today because we are the human being. Rest all coming behind us. Each of these shapes the behavior in significant ways. The social side of children lives run through their brains. Their feelings and their behaviors run on cognition. Anybody wants to raise question on it? Please raise. I'm going quickly with a very less slides, but more of experience is required to be, and that's why I'm talking. Embody respect, give respect to employee students first, share decision making, avoid sarcastic mind, modern process of attempt thinking. Let's have a mature enough to think. Let's have a liberty. Let's have a lavish mind, rich mind. Mind itself is very important. I know there are many people who are living with a huge amount of pension paid. Huge amount of pension paid. Huge amount. Those times they were from the central government, state government, they were not able to live their own lifestyle because of the various stigma behind them. All the relief of their lifestyle today, they were very happy getting very big money of the pension, but their living self in life is gone. They live in such a peanut-like mind. They think of every 10 rupees, 100 rupees money, but their money in bank account every month is getting credited 70,000 as a pension. But because they are unable to live with their age and experiences or whatever. So money is not an important. Learn the happy life, live with best understanding, go to social. Unless until like Dr. Ravindra or any for the matter, like social communication connect is there, I'm assuring you, your mind will improve. Your mind and energy and soul and instinct, everything will improve. Social is an important. Family is a life, all things will come behind you. Either you do ditching or you do graciously helping, whatever. Live your social life. You will understand what is the difference between all this. So rich mind is quite important. In spite of any difficulties you come into, socio best connect to live the rich mind. You will experience it. But I'll go to the next slide. To function at a school, the brain uses overaching operative system that comprises collection of neurocognitive. Okay, this is more of mental stress, attentions, hard working we'll do, but we don't get results. We think everything to our positive, need to reach over. This earth does not going to support whatever you do is supposed to be given to you. This earth does not allow you to live the way what you expect and try to achieve. the earth is going to stop you. The earth is not going to allow you to succeed. All the time you expect whatever. Because the earth has to give it to other as well, similar to you. How come you all get it and the other would wait for it? So sometimes your success is pulled out and given to other boy, other girl, other man, other family. So don't expect everything is fulfilled with you and go to the God and cry for it. God is behind you for various grounds or reasons, not for your single achievements. So your mind need to be quite overwhelmed, over open, and go along. That's what. Does not include various love, sacrifice, beauty, fairness, humor, and kindness, but as a for an organization's success goes, there are few must principles. There are must have. The follows are: read yourself, the ability of motivation, and to deter gratification, make sustained effort to meet long-term goals. Certain goals are always takes time. As I told you, I worked in a company of corporate, left company's life work, moved into the consulting management company for 14 years, close to. Then later, I am today a professor, assistant professor working in an engineering college management studies, where I never come across a faculty job. Though I am a trainer, coacher, mentor, whatever, I am not academicianly qualified person to become a lecturer. How did I become? With my severity of practice, continuously for 4 years, I could reach over as different path. Totally 3 different streamlines I lived in as of today's life. Everything taught me to newer version, to helping me to the one to the other and other to the next. Let's not fall into prayers, you are made up for this. But HR is my background, but I lived in the totally 3 different. What is the corporate? 2 is my self-management consultancy. 3rd is I become a tutor, lecturer, coacher, mentor, all put together as faculty today in a management college and particularly management studies. Well, so your behavior, how we are going to practice it, I'll give you a few points later. Now, repeatedly, I'm talking about your mind need to be broadly opened up. Take anything to your most interest. Continue with the process. Don't go connect to any other disturbances, including social medias, including of others. Whatever you want, search it, take it, look at it, and consume it. But don't look at the social media, whatever is exorbitantly huge amount of available forwarded to you, you look at them. Don't spend time on look at them, whatever you receive it. You look at the one what you want and search it, explore it, look at it. That's why I always say, don't go into social medias. Pull off. Walk out. Anything you want, you look at it. It means that you don't really look at it, then your brain stops. Then you will understand what did you see. What you look at it, what you feel to look at it. What other sense, don't look at it. That's called the social media. It's wasting your time. Everybody says that you must manage everything together with a laptop, a mobile phone, WhatsApp, and Suleka, and whatnot, and TikTok, and all LinkedIn. What all? Not necessary, actually. It will only take your time. Nothing else. A lot of news, communication, religion practices, either you do it or not. A lot of surprise questions, a lot of anything. for that matter. You have your own interest, search it, look at it, close it, and keep your mind closed. Don't worry. You don't need to look at all the time engaged is the becoming and a big man. Keep your, do you use your legs now? No. As and when you require, you use your legs to walk down. Similar to the practice, you can use your mind as well. People always say, sir, my mind is always moving troublesome. I'm wandering around. I'm unable to control my mind. If there is a practice available, you look at it if you really want it, find out your mind can be kept closed, bottled up like your legs where you are not standing or running around and watching my ad audio. When you require, you use your legs. When you require, you use your hands. When you require, you open your mind. Similar to that, your mind also can be practiced by certain dhyana. It is possible, but it has got its own cumbersome. Yes, it is available. This way you try. Action step. We are going now quickly completing my session. I don't want to take much time of others. And actions. We must be prepared to help rebuild their operating system. See, your entire laptop, your entire computer, CPU, your CPU, current process unit, need to be changed. So you are an either Intel inside or idiot outside. I don't know. we always call it Intel inside in the CPU, and the idiot is outside. We tremendously work on with the best system is given to you in either in office, at home, or wherever. We use all the time most of the idiotic activities. Yes, do use it. Even the idiotic will teach you. But what time, what amount, I don't know. Enrich yourself, your mind. Don't go with too much of video watching, trying to manipulate or engross your mind to improve for mind development. Go with certain simple study books, printed books, have it, read it as and when you feel it. Don't go with the screen view for some time of a month. This impression, book impression, is like a sensory. It registers to your brain. But view on the videos or view or internet protocol, whatever on the visualities, it's as simple as a movie. You look at it, you will read it, you will really enjoy it. You will shake your head of 10 kilos every moment. Super, yes, yes, yes. But at last you will forget off. You will it will go off. It will fade off like the screen. When you close down the screen, does it carry anything? No. Your book material always carries some content. So brain, mind, soul all connect. Have little simple books available in common everywhere. Read it. Go with it. Don't carry too much of books. Well, I'll go to the next slide. I'm going to complete very soon now. We can help employees rise above their predicted path of struggle. Sorry.
Yeah,
We
you
need
can
to
take your own time, Ravichandranji. No need to hurry up. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take stress upon.
Okay. Well, somebody should also come forward talking. That would help them as well. We can take as a case study sometime. If people wanting to speak, no case studies can be taken. We can we can rebuild their mind or we can reconnect them that to their own interest. When we talk, Dr. Vindra sir, when we talk, that mind will open up. Somebody may raise, yes, this what, and they should share. If they share one point, all others will get benefited. All others get benefited. That is a tremendous happening. Well, great. Okay. We must be willing to change. Change is the management. Change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. தவிர்க்க முடியாதது. You cannot escape from the change. The change supposed to change. You cannot escape. So everything, the point from the first slide of 10, now I'm on the 14th slide, more of talking on similarity of everything. Similarity of everything, become a rich man in mind. That's it. Unless until you depend on your mind widely open, how the mind would suddenly open? I keep on talking about this. I keep on talking, but you need to open, you need to open. How? How is the biggest question? How, sir? Sir, you said it open button. How, sir? We all need to really think the way what we thought could be right or wrong. Go with a little larger way of understanding what is your plan. The plan you can try to communicate to other or try to read out something the concern, the relevances, and subject to it. Certain personalities, lifestyle you may need to necessarily know. At certain age of people beyond 30, 40 should always know, go through of certain inputs, availabilities, certain important books, certain important lectures. It will really help. It would really help. I want to show you a video which shows about how we all are. Sir, can you hear my video?
No, video is not moving.
Just hold on, sir. Just hold on. Something is going wrong.
And we can see the screen.
That's what. All the time I find the difficulty on this. 1 minute.
You can go to options and click on share sound, share computer sound. In the shared screen settings, you will be having the option to share sound.
That's what I'm facing a lot of difficulty on this board. Should I go to where? Participants?
Not participants in
New share.
No. You can see the stop screen option in that menu bar. In the last option, you will find share computer sound.
More here. Share sound.
Yes.
More share. Anything over here? I need to.
You have to select share computer sound.
Now. Share.
You can see the menu now on the top. Screen sharing menu. In that menu, you go
Now
to
is
the
okay.
first
Continuing
option.
education
Yeah,
series.
now
audio is
episode
clear?
of today's
Yeah.
video centers
Audio?
around the poverty
Yes, it's clear.
mindset. So what is a Money at Work continuing education series? Today's episode and today's video centers around the poverty mindset. So what is a poverty mindset, and what are some of the major leading indicators that we might have developed a poverty mindset? So first of all, what is a poverty mindset? It's those mindsets that are going to continually self-sabotage and accidentally undermine our quest for, in this case, abundance by adopting a negative stance towards money and wealth. This makes it impossible for you to attract the abundance that you're trying to attract. Sometimes a poverty mindset creeps up on you without your conscious awareness. However, the good news is that even though it's hard to control whether you acquire a poverty mindset, there's a lot that you can do to get rid of one and create a better attitude. So let's now turn to take a look at some of the major indicators that you are suffering from a poverty mindset in your life. So what are the signs? The reality is that you can change even the most stubborn perspective. As with all problematic mentalities, there's not a quote unquote one size fits all description of a poverty mentality. However, if any of the following signs sound familiar to you, then you've already kind of developed this kind of mentality, or you're at the severe risk of developing it. So number one, you lack ambition. People who struggle to create abundance in their lives are often, they're limited by very, very limited dreams and goals. So if you don't make plans, you find it difficult to picture a better life, and then you tend to settle for whatever is offered to you, or you often nurture a kind of apathy towards your personal development. You may very well have a poverty mindset. Number two, you're pessimistic and self-pitying. To be clear, we all find it difficult to deal with bad things that happen to us, and it's not a crime to experience, grief, sadness, or anger. In fact, all of these emotions can promote growth and push you towards lessons that help create a better life for yourself and a better future. However, a common characteristic of a poverty mentality is a default position of, helplessness and self-pity. You may find yourself asking, why me, on a regular basis, viewing yourself as a victim who has really no power or control. In conjunction with this, you're likely to be pessimistic, expecting more negativity to come your way, which is ultimately inviting that negativity into your life. Number three, you make your decisions based on fear. A poor mindset is primarily driven by feelings of fear. So even when you exercise your inner thoughts, you often do so with a feeling like your back is against the wall. This means that you focus on avoiding bad things and on protecting yourself from harm, rather than concentrating on obtaining good things or welcoming positivity into your life. In addition, a life that is ruled by fear is often one in which the body is under a huge amount of stress and strain, constantly producing stress hormones. This means it's easy to get trapped in a never-ending cycle of anxiety, hardly ever sparing a thought for your own potential. And then finally, number four on this short list is you focus on what you don't have, not what you do have. When obsessing over how to break poverty cycles, you may naturally feel drawn to thoughts about what you actually lack. After all, it's that lack that makes us, want something different. However, this way of thinking in itself is a characteristic of a poverty mentality and mindset. This sign often accompanies the sign of jealousy, as when you think about what you don't have, your attention quickly wanders to people who seem to have all those things that you actually want and yearn for. As with any manifestation goal, training your thoughts on what you lack actually means you're unwittingly attracting more of that lack into your own life. I hope that makes sense. When you've got a poverty mentality, your mindset is fixed on a strong belief that everything is hard to get and it's difficult to make money. It's difficult to get ahead in your career. It's difficult to make friends, and on and on and on. Everything in life is a struggle or an uphill battle. So we need to break that. In the next episode, we're going to learn how to break that cycle of poverty and explore the most effective strategies for attracting the abundance that you're looking for. You want more advice on money, investments, entrepreneurship, millionaire habits, millionairemindset.life. Stretch your thinking, create your vision, and achieve.
It's a small clip. As such, what we come across, it's in general, we always lack our ambition. It happens. I don't want to keep all the time motivating you by words of communication. All the time we need to stub our foot on the platform, stub our foot on the earth, stub our foot on the current life. Let's not take it as a jargon of too much of managerial thinking, management team of everything, managing of everything. Let's have a real life core of understanding. Everybody passes through of the rough weather. Rough weather is quite common to everybody. And everybody talks about this lectureship is nevertheless also managing or into the shape of thought. Anybody, for the matter of I am communicating you, doesn't mean that I am the highly confident, so I am trying to educate you. You have your own justice. People do understand my participants, all of them. You have your own justice. You have your own thinking. I have my own thinking. I have my own justice for every situation. You have it, your own thinking of justification for your judgment. So I cannot override with my judgment on your judgment. Assuming a MS Word file, there is a file number name called mind. A file name called mind, M-I-N-D. I am also creating one more file called document initially, but later I want to save the file on the file of mind. So it says what? Already there is a file existing called mind. Do you want to overwrite it? It is asking a question in your desktop. Is this right or wrong? Anything on the same name inside the desktop computer, you try to save it in the particular drive. Do you want to overwrite the previous file? It's a machine. Machine is raising a question. It will raise. If you say mind2, the word file name called mind2, it will accept it. Or mind, yes, minds, it will accept. Anything other than the word of M-I-N-D, it will not accept. So it will ask, do you want to overwrite the previous file? So don't be as a machine. Don't be as a machine. I cannot overwrite you. You have your own justice. Unless until you practice and transcendence yourself, maturity model development, nobody can write. Ravichandran or anybody for the matter come forward to you and talk to you, make your mind change. Unless until you practice yourself, every skills, including of anything personal development, is purely based on yourself. Nothing can be learned in this world, you know. I'm simply saying it. Nobody can learn anything unless until you have the habit of hearing, listening, viewing, visualizing, judging, self-judging. You need to pull off your own soul out of your body. Make the soul away and look at your own body and understand, and whole soul removed from the body. And then you need to look at as a man of 1, 2. Assuming Ravichandran is 1, then Ravichandran 2 is there. Ravichandran 1 and 2 should communicate. Do I am right or wrong? So this way of mind interconnect need to be important to make your mind development. Mind cannot be developed by basically hearing of any lecture. It's an opportunity for you to talk about the topic today. Rest not. You got an opportunity of talking about the mind today. That's it. The moment the webinar completes, you will go back to your own pavilion. You will talk like the same way, the way you felt. Today, there is an alert given to you to start, accept, be richer mind. Today, the topic. So, you got a plenty of hearing today. Sleep well, think. Yesterday we had some program, so why not we think it in a better way? Why not we should try in another way direction, which is being taught to us? So that's the move. That's called the change. Changing yourself, rewiring your mind. The simple, rewire your mind. So I said it: lack of ambition, lack of confidence, we lack of willpower, motivation. All these points come behind us every time we also lose ambition. Sometime we lose our confidence. Sometime willpower. Yes, sometime it will demotivate you because of some problem. Somebody may stop you. It will happen. Motivation. Yes. Every day you can't have 100% result. Somebody will stop you. Somebody will stop you. You need to decide whether you want to listen to that stop or you want to go with your own. And again, everybody will talk to you about your failures are noted. The moment you fail it, they will refer it. Yes, you should accept the failure also. You should have the guts to hear the failure. What the failure? Everybody fails. If you feel that you did your education without any time of failure, no problem. It doesn't mean that in this world, your academy is going to be a failure success and make your life balanced. Living all is going to be a success. Education and non-education is totally different. So don't put everything into result-oriented 100 out of CGPA rating or 100 out of 18 marks percentage. So I would like to complete the call. Self-pity. In the video clip, you look at it, jealousy, self-pityness. Sometimes I used to say, no, the God belief. I say it. If anybody takes wrong, no problem, no, please raise a question. Believing a God is need to be a dynamism. Believe the God in dynamic way, not the way of that you don't have any other choice. That's the reason you went to the temple, you went to the God belief. God does not support you to make your belief pass through. God is only behind you for the universe, galaxy. It's a Maya. Your conviction comes. The consciousness makes you. The God does not expect you to do the puja of every day for you. He is not expecting. You do your conviction, commitments, your privilege given duties. That too itself is a temple. That too it's the prayer to the God. That too itself you are preaching yourself. What else I can put words for? Tell me, sir. You are preaching yourself by your own way of belief, confidence. So the mind makes the beautiful ornament, a beautiful jewelry design, subject to how modulating yourself over a period of time, sir. Not by overnight or over a month time, over a period of time. Then you will look at it yourself after 2 years, 3 years of time. You look behind yourself, your own experiment, whatever you have come across, you could have lived badly those times, but now you felt happy because of the curve you went across, the bend you had. Every failure will make you happier over a period of time, a little later. It's not like a movie called Pathan. The movie has come up 2 days ago. Every movie, I never watched the movie. Why I'm talking about this all to you means the 3 hours movie is gunplay all the time, tons of guns, bullets, they have used the entire movie to make the movie to complete quickly. The raw fights with the other old extra. Why I'm saying about all these cinema stories over here? The raw fights with the extra and trying to bring the results within 2.5 years, 2.5 hours time. They want to finish it up. The story cannot be pulled for years together. So your life itself is, if you look at it in a tandem of overall period time, then don't try to behave like a Pathan movie. Live with it. Even the trouble, tragedy, turmoil, all are happy. It all mixed combination, mixture of happiness. So the mind need to be inculcated to better formation of every path of journey is good to you. That's going to teach you. I never believed these kind of words at 20 years behind or 10 years behind. Because of my age, I could say it. But these kind of communication, I never had it with anybody, simply sitting at my desk or simply sitting in front of the computer and going through webinar like the person Dr. Ravindra is doing, and with the kind of charity mind that all the Almighty is given the support and power to him to do this kind of an experiment and exercise to bringing you all people together. Having an opportunity to hear such kind of statements from him, from others, other participants, and other anchors, hosts. I would like to complete this session by giving your mind need to be rich. The word itself, poverty, I should have not used, but sabotage, pathetic. Our brains are always, all the moment, we live like a mad. We are very poor mind. Poor itself is not sufficient. Poverty, ugliest poverty. We have a beautiful money, beautiful whatever, wealth creation, whatever. But mind is so bad, poverty. We don't eat properly to our mind. Well, thank you enough. I would like to thank all of you hearing my words. And most of the time I expressly given my own experiments I have come across, which I had myself come across. Don't think that I'm giving a lecture of something you need to follow. My path of journey had a lot of ifs and buts and conflicts. I'm passing through rough weather, lovely enjoying it. Sometimes I all the time, even the middle of the night, I laugh. I enjoy it really. People think me that I'm a man. Let them live. I love to hear those words. Great enough. Thank you very much, Dr. Ravindra and Mary Florence, and to all of you who is behind working on this ground. Ms. Manasa, I think there's one more woman is also highly exorbitantly engaged in activities. I'm thankful and thanks to the opportunities given Dr. Ravindra. Please take care, sir.
Thank you, Ravichandranji, for your insightful presentation. As already said and done, poverty doesn't exist in a physical world. Poverty always exists in the mind. If we feel, we see poor people who are struggling, or who are staying on the streets, they are also happy.
Exactly.
So poverty is not in the physical.
Exactly.
It is the psychological.
The word is very important over here. Very exactly you said it. Even on the roadside living, they are happy.
In fact, they are more happy than us.
Than us. Exactly.
They have nothing to lose and nothing to gain.
I give a big clap and big salute to this word. Big salute. Very important. Very important point. You shared it so diligently and intelligently, I'm telling you. The people who are residing on the roadside, they are happier than us. The commitment and needs are very limited. We love for all the time scarcity mind. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yes. So whatever, the happiness, or as you rightly pointed out, poverty of mind, we cannot, have rich thought process or positive, constructive thought process. Because of that, we are becoming poor. Poor not in just, materialistically, but also emotionally, socially, cognitively. So that is impacting not only, just one domain, but all domains of health as well as wealth. So it is rightly pointed out, no matter whether you are, which status you belong to, economic status or socio-economic status, it doesn't matter. As long as, your thought process is not poor. So poverty in mind, yeah, this is not a new concept, in fact. Since quite many years, many people were talking about it. And, today Ravichandran ji also had tried his best to present in his own way, adding his experiences. So that has, really, once again, we have to rethink about, poverty, how poverty can be defined, in what ways poverty can be defined. And in spite of poverty also, poverty in mind, yes, poverty of mind or poverty in mind, we should always, try to be self-contented. That is more important. Whatever we have, within what we can do or within what we can aspire, so that is what makes us happy, self-contented, and that will give, the satisfaction. See, there is no limit for, wishing or wanting. Even if you take the world's richest person, will also be aiming for becoming more richer, richer, richer. So where is the end? Even if you give entire planet for him also, he will not be happy. He will aspire, I want moon, I want sun, I want Jupiter, I want other galaxy. There is no end of for that aspiration. So being self-contented is the only mantra, only solution where you can be happy.
Simply
You can be
satisfied.
rich. Of course, it doesn't mean, we should not aspire for higher things. We can always go, be happy with whatever you have, where you are, what you are doing. At the same time, you keep, aspiring. But don't live in the future or don't live in the past. Live in the present. That is what required. Because, past, you can't do anything. Future, anyway, is not in your hands as of now. So living in the past or living in the future will destroy the present. You'll not be able to enjoy or embrace the present. So that's where you lost. Again, if you go tomorrow, you see that the past today will become past tomorrow. And again, you regret that yesterday has gone. You yourself destroyed your own yesterday because you were thinking of past and you were thinking of future. That is why the presence of time and mind is required in this part. Okay, whatever has happened. There is nothing we can do. But at least make sure we are not repeating that in future, so that we do not again regret in future. So that, because every time the future also is going to become a past. So let's ensure that, okay, past is past, we cannot do anything, but in present, we can do everything to make sure that we are not regretting, and also make sure in the future also we are doing something that we are not going to regret. By this, maybe the older past might be regretful, but the coming past or the to be going past, or, or the past that is going to be created, at least we will have that past with no regrets. That is where, we can rebuild or cope up with our life. Okay, maybe my childhood has been not so good. People keep telling when we take sessions, I had a very bad life, or I have very bad, past years. Okay, fine, leave it. Whatever was happened is happened. But now today is in your hand. Why you are spoiling today's happiness? Whatever you like, you do it today. And from today, you build your life. And tomorrow, you just go back and see how it was yesterday, full of joy and happiness. Again, after 2 days, you just revisit back 2 days. You'll see full of happiness. And over a period of time, 1 year ahead, you just look back. You have 1 year full of happiness, joy. That is where we need to build. Okay, whatever happened is happened. We cannot do anything about it. But at least now, at this moment, forget whatever has happened. Forget your past. Don't be, slave of your past. Take this opportunity from now onwards. Let's build our future. Let's, build memories, and happy, joyful memories and moments, so that at least from now, tomorrow, if we look back, okay, at least now it's around 7:35. So at least tomorrow, if I see after 8, whether I was happy or not, tomorrow you should feel, yeah, it was the most happiest night in my life. So that itself gives you motivation, and you can, continue to lead life. We often see, many people get stuck there. Just one day or one bad day at some organization, one bad thing happens at some place. You associate it, and you always in your life, you try to avoid not to going there, or not to take that vehicle, or not to take that route. This is not the way, with fixed mindsets. We lose our opportunities, in fact, and we carry those negativity along with us entire life. Maybe today, say suppose you have to reach college or office from the same bus stop. What you will do? Today, if you miss the bus, you will take another bus. But you will not stop going to the bus stop now. How you will reach your office? So similarly way, we also need to accept and let it go. Okay, whatever has happened, if that bus has gone, okay, to take another bus. If no buses are available, take some other public transport. If no public transport is, take some private, vehicle, hire vehicle, or take some lift, take some help. So you should, we should always be flexible, adaptive to the present situation, so that, tomorrow also, whenever you go to that place, this is just an example, you always find, you can see, you can always find the happiness and pleasure there. Once you associate pleasure instead of pain with that moment, with that place, with that event, so that you should be willing again and again to visit that place. Because, certain things are optional, certain things you cannot avoid. You cannot avoid going to school or office. So you have to visit that place daily. So try to, rethink, reanalyze, and try to associate positivity. That will definitely help you. And think rich always, poverty is always in our mind. No matter if I think, okay, for me, a person like me, if you give a little bit rice and little bit dal and little bit curd, that is more than biryani for me. But if you, give some person who, always aspire for 5-star biryani, he will always, wants different kinds and types of biryani. No matter how much you serve, he will still think, I could have got that, I could have got this. So this all, depends on us. There is nothing, you can serve. Curd is a curd only. You cannot bring anything better than that. And rice is the basic thing. There is nothing better than rice. So we need to have some basic things which we should be always happy, satisfied with. Okay, if you have curd rice, that is more than enough. Means that's a minimum thing and that's a maximum thing. We are happy. If anything extra we get, then that is an additional benefit or additional resource for that day. So that is a bonus, then we can enjoy that. But, that is for that day. And we should not again expect the same thing to happen every day. And tomorrow also we'll be getting the same curd rice and we'll be more happy. At least you gone back to your routine and you are enjoying your own curd rice. Instead, even if you get biryani also, you'll think of, even if you have this plate full of biryani, you will be thinking whether I will be getting my curd rice or not. So we have to be always satisfied with what we have. That will help us, be happy, stay happy, embrace what we have, so that whatever extra thing comes or whatever extra things goes also, we are happy. Okay, whatever I have, I enjoy, I have it. I always have my curd rice with me. So that is a kind of, approach or the strategy we can use. And, as Ravichandran ji also presented in a way. So let's not have that poverty, a kind of poverty in mind. And yes, as rightly said, teaching and learning with poverty in mind. Hope we all got that concept. When we teach and also learn with poverty in mind, what will happen? The teaching and learning process also will be substandard. The poverty will appear on the outcome also. In the learning process, teaching process, and also the outcome also. So instead, try avoiding that and try to embrace whatever you have, however you have. Everyone has equal opportunities, but the problem with the people or problem with all of us is we are very selective. We have a lot of opportunities. Who is stopping you? You can sweep the road or you can fly the flight. Who is stopping you? You don't want to go to pilot training. So you are not eligible to fly the flight. Who is stopping not to go to, unless and until you have some physical disability or, some limitations that really prohibit you. Or maybe, financial disability is also one aspect. But again, a lot of pilots are also facing crisis. A lot of doctors are also facing crisis. And again, their also mindset, what is that matters. If you think, okay, whatever I am earning, I'm happy with that, then you are happy with whatever you earn. It may be 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. But you set a target by the end of the day, I should earn at least some 20, 30 lakhs. Then again, you will be in the misery. You will be, So use the opportunities, whatever opportunity we are getting, we should make best use of it. Forget about what it is going to bring tomorrow or today. Just keep on focusing. You will get your benefit. You do whatever you have to do and leave the rest to the time and the Almighty. Definitely you will get it. See, one simple example I will tell you. Take one example from our platform itself. See, whether you receive certificate today or tomorrow, but certificate is going to be issued and it is there on the website. No matter what, if it is issued after 1 month or after 6 months also. So you need not worry daily thinking that, I did not get my certificate, I did not get my certificate. But even after getting certificate also, you will not have that happiness. But what is the aim or goal? To get a certificate. If that is the goal, then it is there on the website today or after 1 week or after 1 month. So why you need to worry and spoil your mood and all those things? Because we are on the platform, I was just trying to relate to a similar example. So if you think that, okay, today I have not received certificate, so I am not going to attend from tomorrow, who is the loser? Ultimately, we are the losers. And we don't, attend and we don't gain knowledge, we lose the opportunity, and we also lose for future certificates. So this is what happens, in a similar way. If you think that today I am not being recognized at workplace or office, I will not go to office from tomorrow. So what will happen? You resign, or either you will be terminated, and you will not have an opportunity. You will not gain experience, and maybe you can be terminated, or you will lose the job in the very first place. So with that, what is that you are achieving? You are again falling into unemployment. Or if you don't get another job, what you will do? You will lose the existing opportunities. So similarly, stay wherever you are, but keep trying, looking for better opportunities. And once that opportunity is good enough, then you can move on. And we see many people also, they just quickly take decision for temporary benefits. Again, that will land you or land those people in a long-term misery, unemployment, poverty. So this is very important again. So short-term benefits, we should always, be careful, because in long term, we should always analyze the short-term benefits and long-term benefits. If you are just looking for the short-term benefits, then it might not always be beneficial in the long run. So always think, and always, because we are talking about teaching and learning, right? So maybe teaching may not be always from our side, but learning can always be from our side. So while teaching, we have to inculcate this process. At the same time, while learning also, this should be part of the process. Whatever we get, we have to be contented so that we can raise, be happy with whatever we have. So very well presented, Ravichandranji. Hope, and participants, if you have any queries, you can interact. Or if you have any similar observations, you can also share. But the only sincere advice is, don't live in the past, don't live in the future. Whatever opportunity comes, be in the present. Enjoy the moment, use the opportunities, and be happy at this moment. So if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself and ask. You can share your observations. If there are no queries, then we shall conclude. Thank you, Ravichandranji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
For joining us and sharing your insights, and we wish you all the success.
Thank you so much, sir.
And look forward for more sessions in future.
Thank you so much.
So with this, we shall end this session, and we will move on to our regular commemorations of the day. So you can fill up the feedback form for this session, and at the end, we will have one more feedback form.
Thank you, sir.
And you can download your participation certificates from the website. All the Sundays and special days in January have been updated till recent Sunday, and 26th, even 26th Republic Day participation certificates have also been updated on the website. And weekdays also till 14th certificates have been updated, and other certificates are also in process. Maybe by tomorrow till today, all the certificates will be updated. So those who have not completed formalities are requested to complete the formalities. We are observing that many participants are not registering daily, but attending. We are also sharing the registration link. It is mandatory to register. And after registration, you can join the daily webinar series, or even if you haven't registered, if you have directly joined also, when we are sharing or after immediately, after the session completes, you can register and complete the formalities. And also make sure you are filling the feedback form if you require a certificate, because again, feedback form we cannot issue once feedback form is closed in the platform. The meeting ends, the feedback process also gets completed. And we are getting some requests after, sometime they want certificate without filling the feedback form. Again, that is not possible. So we request everyone to fill the feedback form, whether you want certificate or not at this day. See, if you complete all the formalities, and tomorrow at any point of time, if you require certificate also, we can issue if all the formalities are completed. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us. We are observing many people are not registering for the conference or webinar or, for the seminars, but joining and attending, and they are not even sometimes not filling the feedback form. This is where, you lose your certificate. So it's a simple process: register, participate, provide feedback, and download your certificates. It is mandatory because now, we are issuing also for those who are regularly attending, those who are not, completing formalities. But the final day, we'll be automating entire process, and the verification will be automatic. So at any point of time, while completely, automating the process, you will not get an option. And if you just enter your certificate number, then it will show, it will not show any details there, because it will pull out from the database, from the registration database and all those things. Even if you have been issued certificate, on the website, it will not show any verification data. So tomorrow you should not face any problem. Again, at that time, we don't know, management can also charge you for not complying or to update your records, because again, it's a waste of time and resources. So that's why we request everyone to complete the formalities and make sure that the time and resources are valued, respected, so that we can, both can gain the benefits. It's always a win-win situation for all of us. You also get benefited. We also get benefited through sharing of knowledge. At the same time, if you follow the formalities, other process also will be there, because attending, listening, there is no, formality required. You can join, you can present, you can leave. But if you want something in document, then you also need to complete the documentation process. So coming, presenting, participating, if you don't require anything, then it's fine. You can join, you can take away with knowledge. But if you want some certificate, then we all need to follow the formalities. We need to register, we need to participate, we need to provide feedback, and we need to download it. So quickly fill up the feedback form. Today we have an important day for commemoration. One is World Breast Pumping Day. With the theme, Together We Can Pump. And we have one more day, International Day or International Holocaust Remembrance Day. So we will quickly look at these days, commemorations. So it is also known as International Day of Commemoration in the memory of victims of the Holocaust. Every year around 27 January, UNESCO pays tribute to the memory of the victims of the Holocaust and reaffirm its unwavering commitment to counter anti-Semitism, racism, and other forms of intolerance that may lead to group-targeted violence. The date marks the anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi concentration and extermination camp of Auschwitz-Birkenau by Soviet groups on 27th January 1945. And it was officially proclaimed in November 2005, International Day of Commemoration in the memory of the victims of the Holocaust by the United Nations General Assembly. The Holocaust profoundly affected countries in which Nazi crimes were perpetrated, with universal implications and consequences in many other parts of the world. Member states share a collective responsibility for addressing the residual trauma, maintaining effective remembrance policy, caring for historic sites, and promoting education, documentation, and research. More than 7 decades after the genocide, the responsibility entails educating about the causes, consequences, and dynamics of such crimes so as to strengthen the resilience of young people against ideologies of hatred. As genocide and atrocity crimes keep occurring across several regions, and as we were witnessing, and we are witnessing a global rise of anti-Semitism and hate speech, this has never been so relevant. So keeping the memory of Holocaust alive in the fulfillment of a universal duty, a duty to humanity, which is UNESCO's raison d'etre, uprooting hatred, building peace, and thus protecting humanity. On this International Day, let us commit to always remembering we owe it to the victims of Shoah, we owe it to the survivors, we owe it finally to the generations to come. So this year, the theme for the day, International Holocaust Remembrance Day, is the theme Home and Belonging, highlights the multidimensional human needs of the victims of atrocity crimes and the dangers of hate speech, anti-Semitism, Holocaust distortion and denial, and prejudice. If you look at history, on 27th January 1945, the advancing Red Army entered the Auschwitz Biknio extermination camp complex, liberating more than 7,000 remaining prisoners who were for the part ill or dying. Days earlier, the SS has forced nearly 60,000 prisoners to evacuate the camp and embark on the infamous death marches, in which many thousands lost their lives. The United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 60/7 on 1st November 2005 to designate 27th January as the International Day of Commemoration of Victims of the Holocaust, the day upon which every year the world would mark and remember Holocaust and its victims. So that was in brief. So let's look at another commemoration for the day. We have is, today is World Breast Pumping Day. Though this is also, as many commemorations days started for a commercial, business purpose, this is also have a relevant purpose. It was started by, Snugabel Corporation. It's a company, it's a business who manufactures these breast pump and accessories. So they started on 27th January. Yes. Yeah. So this day, World Breast Pumping Day, which falls on January 27th every year, celebrates mothers and their greatest loves, that is babies. A mother's milk is the first thing a baby tastes, and it is the greatest, boon for the baby. The milk forms a great bond between the mother and child through breastfeeding, and breast pumping is a loving responsibility. It takes time and effort to learn how to do it well. Breast pumping can be difficult, so that we must extend our support to these mothers who prefer a different method. World Breast Pumping Day was created to recognize the time, endeavors, and responsibility that pumping breast milk requires. First, in the very first place, we may, get a doubt, or, we may wonder why at all, in the very first place, breast pumping is required. So there are various reasons. And nowadays, in the present context where both the couples are working and, people are leaving for the work, and especially where, mother has to even, the nursing mother or lactating mother has to leave for work, and the baby has to be fed in a timely manner. So there was a need to, it was to feed the baby with the breast milk. So what mothers used to do, earlier there were no pumps as such. they used hand to pump out the breast milk and store them safely, and feed the baby. Whoever is there in the house, like caretakers, like grandma or other other family members, used to feed the baby with that milk till the mother, comes back to uh, serve the baby. So this was the initial concept, that how this process was started, and later on, these breast milk banks also started, where those mothers who are not able to produce sufficient breast milk, or due to various reasons they are not able to service babies, so they require breast milk. So these breast milk banks require breast milk. So these pumps were used. Even manually also, it is, breast milk is pumped out through hands. And even certain pumps are available in the market, where one can use those pumps to extract or collect the breast milk. So this day was created by this company, is Snugabel, which manufactures this, breast milking pumps. So the history, as I said, it's, it goes long back. So as per the documented history, it dates back to 19th century. Then breast pumps were medical devices used for treating inverted nipples and to assist infants who were too small, too weak to nurse. So there are other medical conditions like, women with inverted nipples, where the nipple is inside the breast rather than, protruding out of the breast. Their breast pumps were used to collect the milk so that it can be fed to babies. That was one medical reason. And other reason where when there is some, issue with the nipples of the breast, or from breast, where the breast milk is safe to be consumed, these pumps were used and the collected milk were given to the babies. And this was another reason. And they were only used professionally by, trained midwives, nurses, doctors, and, paramedics initially. But later on, these breast pumps were launched in 1991. A Swiss manufacturer, Medela. This is also one organization along with the Snugabel, where they both, they introduced first electric powered vacuum operated breast pump, one that was not intended just for in-hospital use, but also at homes. So they have since been around, available for mummies around by 2017. So World Breast Pumping Day was established by Wemdy Ambrester. Ambrester is a Canadian woman who created the award-winning Pump Ease, a hand-free pumping bra, and kicked off World Breast Pumping Day to encourage our pumping moms all over the world to celebrate their joys and success in the synergetic digital village. So since then, this day was celebrated or commemorated across the world. So now pregnant women have the option to decide either feed their baby formula or breast milk. So now that, breast milk banks have come up, and they can collect the milk from the nursing mothers, or, breast milk starts even before the baby is born. So that is also an advantage where, these nursing mothers or pregnant mothers, or whenever there is an excess milk, that is produced. Generally, mothers are able to produce enough milk for the child requirement. Sometimes even excess milk is also produced. So where they can donate that excess milk, to the infants who require, for the mothers who cannot produce sufficient breast milk due to various medical reasons. And instead of this baby formula or other milk, breast milk would be the best choice for them, which has been obtained through breast milk banks. Although formulas are healthy, though we have seen, comparatively, when there is no other option, that can be healthy. But we have seen how this formula milk can be also, harmful to the babies and also to the environment. We have celebrated the breastfeeding week also, where we were official, partners in the celebrations. And we have collaborated with the official organization of the World Breastfeeding in celebrations. And we also, conducted various sessions, invited various professionals. And we were official partners in collaboration with them. So at that time, we have seen how this, breast formula milk is not only harmful to the child and to the mother, but also to the environment. So instead of that formula milk, breast milk is a very good, alternative. So moms prefer breast milk as it's even a healthier alternative. And there are many reasons why moms choose this. So the first essential advantage is that breast milk is healthier option. Another reason they choose breast milk is that breastfeeding is a beautiful way to bond with their baby. So plus breast milk is the most inexpensive yet effective choice. And you don't need any resources or, you don't need any extra, time or resources or additional finances required, because it's entirely free. It is produced naturally from mother's breast. So if breast milk is a mother's choice to feed her baby, then she might occasionally have to pump her breast milk. So some women have a tough time producing breast milk, and since breast pumping increases the quality of a milk of a lactating woman produces and further stimulates production. Often, those who have already have children, they know the stimulation increases the production of breast milk. So even, pregnant mothers or becoming pregnant, to be pregnant women are taught various stimulating procedures so that by the time baby is born, they are able to produce sufficient milk. So women who find it difficult to lactate might also benefit from breast pumping. Moms have found that breast pumping activity is beneficial. With breast pumps, their baby's milk will always be conveniently ready for use. And this is especially helpful for moms who wish to get a full night's sleep, for working moms or moms who have many babies. So today, more moms love to pump, and we encourage and celebrate. As already mentioned, many people are going for work immediately, even after delivery. They are starting and they have started going back attending their work or office. So it is not possible to feed baby, and not every time it is convenient to take the baby with you. So in that case, these breast milk pumps also came to rescue, so that they can pump the breast milk before going to office or workplace, and which can be used to feed the baby. And after they come back, again, they can start nursing the baby. So in 1800s, the breast pumps were created and utilized as a medical, for medical purpose. And in 1991, Swiss manufacturer Medela specially introduced its first breast pump that is not intended for in-hospital use. So since then, these breast milk pumps were available in the markets for use in households. And 2017 Breast Pumping Day was established by Wendy Armbruster. And 2022, it celebrates the 5th anniversary. And this year, 2023, it is the 6th anniversary. So we may have certain doubts or clarifications. As we all know, and it has already been proven scientifically also, that mother's breast milk is the best food choice available for the child. But it is not able to, but if she is not able to breastfeed or doesn't want to, that's where the pumping comes up. So it's okay to pump breast milk and give it to baby, but hygiene and sanitation has to be maintained. That has to be cleaned. Again, there is a scope for contamination and contamination of the breast milk. So we have to be very careful in cleaning and storage. Both nursing and pumping are great ways to feed the baby breast milk. So the baby is anyway going to get the breast milk, whether you are nursing or pumping. But again, there is a difference. Again, feeding a baby with the bottle or directly feeding from the breast, that emotional connect or emotional bonding will be lacking. So breast milk is the best proven food for infants, and pumping still contains the breast milk benefits, yet providing breast milk directly from the breast creates a closer bond between the mother and the child. So it should not be taken as a substitute, but in cases where, that is not possible, wherever it is not feasible, then this is a very good alternative. Instead of baby being fed with any other substitute, pumping the breast milk and feeding is another alternative. And pumping is also an activity that burns calories. And for the new moms who have gained weight in the pregnancy, while exclusive pumping, and these pumping mothers can also burn up to 500 calories per day. And that too with the manual pumps. Again, if you are using battery operated or electronic pumps, again, you will not be able to burn, because anyway, it's being operated on batteries. And so there is no physical effort required. And we may have certain clarifications again. So like any other milk, how to store this breast milk, and how long we can store this breast milk. So breast milk can be, stored frozen. If it is frozen, it can be stored up to 1 year. Or if it is stored safely in a fridge or in some cool containers, we can also serve the baby till 1 day, 2 day. Even also we can store for longer time. There is a procedure. As long as the milk is not contaminated and it is within the temperatures, so we can safely feed the milk with the baby. And it also reduces the risk of type 1 and type 2 diabetes in childhood or later life. And it also lessens the risk of obesity. As we know, babies who drink breast milk and are less likely to have obesity in the childhood and later life. And, we can observe different colors also in breast milk because, of the colors and consistencies. And definitely it's a immune booster. That breast milk contains colostrum, which boosts the baby's immunity. And from delivering optimal nourishment to infants worldwide, to promoting both the short-term and long-term health of babies and mothers, this milk helps to give all children the best start in the life and has no waste products or leaves no carbon footprint. So thus, it's a wonderful activity to promote environment friendliness. And by supporting breast milk and breast pumping, we also lessen the contamination of our environment and also contribute to the climate. And also, it is a day to support and celebrate our mothers. Greatly appreciate the day marked out for them. And this day is also commemorated, which recognize the incredible benefits of breast pumping for the moms and their little ones. And so there are various benefits, as already mentioned. Over the years, the benefits of breast pumping have been observed by medical professionals and experts, including the mothers. So first is breast pumping not only promotes good health for baby and also mothers who express, but it also helps to reduce stress and ease engorgement, which can make breastfeeding more comfortable. And pumping has also been found to help prevent mastitis. Even not pumping, even the breastfeeding also, a condition that can cause pain in the breast due to increase in milk production. For some, pumping after a breastfeeding session can also be a great way to help ensure an ample milk supply, which is beneficial for stocking up for the baby and reassuring parents if there are concerns about reserves running low. This can in turn help little ones get more milk and enough better and encourage better nutrition. And breast pumps are also an invaluable tool for those nursing while at work or outside, and about the need for their express milk during these hours and don't feel comfortable breastfeeding. So this is a convenient way where mothers can use this to breastfeed their babies through the breast milk indirectly. And it is also convenient and expressing breast milk into bottles gives partners a choice to share the feeding experience while also helping with the bottle feeding duties like storing express milk. So dads the males also get an opportunity to feed the breast milk, which is stored in the absence of mothers, and also get a chance to bond with their little one through feeding time. something they may not be able to do when mothers choose to exclusively breastfeed. But this should not be taken as an opportunity to exploit, but rather an opportunity to utilize the best, the benefits. So with this, we shall conclude this commemoration. With saying that World Breast Pumping Day encourages pumping parents to feel pride in their accomplishments, even if what they achieve looks different than the accomplishments of their peers. So let's celebrate every ounce. The theme for this World Breast Pumping Day 2023 is celebrate every ounce. So WBPD 2023 is Pumping Parents Cheerleader. Pumping and breastfeeding don't always look the way we envision. It strives to acknowledge and include parents no matter what their feeding includes. Plans change, milestones are met, hopes and dreams are not realized, accomplishments are achieved, and though it all, pumping parents persevere one drop at a time. So there are few precautions to be taken, or especially when buying these pumps. Is to match the correct size based on the bus size, so that it is more convenient and comfortable. So with this, we shall conclude this commemoration. And yeah, with this, we conclude here. So we request everyone to fill the feedback form. And yesterday we thought of discussing today. So if anyone is prepared, is ready to discuss on yesterday's, trailer, the movie, The Social Dilemma. yesterday we had this discussion on this movie in media series webinar. So due to paucity of time, it's almost 8:30. So if anyone would like to discuss on that, share your observations, you can raise your hand. We can discuss in brief and we can conclude. Tomorrow we will again take it up on a different movie. Today we will watch one more trailer of similar movie and we will discuss about this tomorrow. You also watch it if possible and come with your inputs and observations. Actually, yesterday we launched this movie series, and the first movie yesterday we discussed was The Social Dilemma. I think some of you who were not there, okay, I will play that movie again, trailer, not the entire movie. So you can watch it today, and tomorrow we will discuss on it, how it is impacting the holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development. While you are filling up the feedback form, just let me pull out that video for you. Just give me a second. So this was the movie yesterday we discussed about. So similar way, you can also select a movie and we can discuss various aspects, how it is contributing or how it is detrimental to holistic health, well-being, and sustainability. So this was about, social media, how it is impacting the lives of people. So we will just watch it. And today, because of time constraints, we are not taking it up. Tomorrow, I will also play one more trailer today. So we will discuss these two movies tomorrow. So let's watch together once again, those who have missed it.
When you go to Google and type in climate change is, you're going to see different results depending on where you live and the particular things that Google knows about your interests.
That's not by accident, that's a design technique.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
I was the co-inventor of the Facebook like button.
I was the president of Pinterest,
Google, Twitter, Instagram.
There were meaningful changes happening around the world because of these platforms. I think we were naive about the flip side of that coin.
We get rewarded by hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth.
A whole generation is more anxious, more depressed.
I always felt like fundamentally it was a force for good. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
Facebook discovered that they were able to affect real-world behavior and emotions without ever triggering the user's awareness. They are completely clueless.
Fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news.
We're being bombarded with rumors.
If everyone's entitled to their own facts, there's really no need for people to come together. In fact, there's really no need for people to interact.
We have less control over who we are and what we really believe.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
We built these things and we have a responsibility to change it. The intention could be, how do we make the world better? If technology creates mass chaos, loneliness, more polarization, more election hacking, more inability to focus on the real issues, we're toast.
This is checkmate on humanity.
So this was the movie. Yesterday, I shared the story also, in essence, in short. So yesterday I have discussed about this movie, and actually we have completed. But what we thought is, anyone who is interested in any movie, and you can just talk about that movie and how, various aspects related to holistic health, well-being and development, and how it is, you can talk about everything, or if you are just limiting yourselves to any one aspect. Yesterday we were just looking at how it is impacting the people's lives, in various aspects. And we were also looking at the various other aspects, like we wanted you also, the participants also, to come up with their own analysis. So that was, we thought yesterday. And we were also sharing the links in advance so that you can also watch the trailer or the full movie. You can read it and you can come up with. So tomorrow we will take it up I will show you another movie. So this also we'll discuss. This will be assignment for tomorrow. If you like any movie you want to present, you can also come up with that. You can inform us well in advance. You can choose any movie and we will start discuss. Actually, this is not a new practice. Even in schools also, schools and colleges, where when we studied, psychology. In fact, in universities, we also watched movies, and we took as a case study, and we studied personalities of the various psychology related movies. We are doing this. Is not a new practice. We even in academics also we did it as part of extracurricular activities. So we thought similar way we can also have see how media is impacting or contributing to this holistic health, well-being and sustainable development. So you can take up any topic, any movie, any documentary, anything, and you can discuss how this is contributing or determining the holistic health, well-being and sustainable development, or any one aspect of that. So let's watch one more trailer. This also we'll discuss tomorrow. Give me a second so that I can pull out that trailer for you. So the next trailer is The Great Hack. That is also on similar lines. So let's watch that. This is for tomorrow.
Who has seen an advertisement that has convinced you that your microphone is listening to your conversations?
All of your interactions, your credit card swipes, web searches, locations, likes, they're all collected in real time into a $1 trillion a year industry.
The real game changer was Cambridge Analytica. They'd worked for the Trump campaign and for the Brexit campaign. They started using information warfare.
Cambridge Analytica claimed to have 5,000 data points on every American voter.
I started tracking down all these Cambridge Analytica ex-employees.
Someone else that you should be calling to the committee is Brittany Kaiser.
Brittany Kaiser, once a key player inside Cambridge Analytica, casting herself as a whistleblower.
The reason why Google and Facebook are the most powerful companies in the world is because last year data surpassed oil in value. Data is the most valuable asset on Earth. We targeted those whose minds we thought we could change until they saw the world the way we wanted them to. I do know that their targeting tool was considered a weapon.
There is a possibility that the American public have been experimented on.
This is becoming a criminal matter. When people see the extent of the surveillance, I think they're going to be shocked.
And I still fear for your life.
Yeah.
With the powerful people that are involved. But I can't keep quiet just because it'll make powerful people mad.
Data rights should be considered just fundamental rights.
This is about the integrity of our democracy. These platforms which were created to connect us have now been weaponized. It's impossible to know what is what, because nothing is what it seems.
So tomorrow we will be discussing about this. I will briefly give you this great hack is a 2019 documentary film about the Facebook Cambridge Analytica data scandal, produced and directed by Jen Naugem and Carrie Memmer, both previously a Documentary Academy Award nominees, like the Square Control Room startup. This documentary focuses on Professor David Carroll of Parsons, the New School, Brittany Kaiser, former business development director for Cambridge Analytica, and the British investigative journalist Carol Cadwalder. Their stories interviewed to expose the work of Cambridge Analytica in the politics of various countries, including the United Kingdom's Brexit campaign and the 2016 United States election. See, we might be thinking, what is the use of social media and how it can influence, but, it has changed the politics, it helped, it played a great role in US elections and UK elections. Even social media is playing a great role even in various countries' elections, because changing the attitude, behavior, perceptions, of the people in mind so that they can vote in favor to some political party personality. So how this is happening, social media is not what we just know. It is more than what, it is doing. Social media has, lot of things. Every activity on our mobile, on social media is being tracked, analyzed, and whatever we are seeing in our mobile is not decided by us. In fact, of course, we deliberately search for something, but whatever it is shown through various algorithms are based on our interest and our activity. Initially, we start feeding our interest, likes, and then whatever based on our likes and dislikes, the content which we are going to see is going to be based on our likes and dislikes, this thing, and the system, the social media will decide you see recommended, lot of recommended videos, a lot of recommended pages, posts, memes, all based on your likes and interest and based on the activity. So it keeps learning. Artificial intelligence algorithms behind the scenes keep tracking, keep analyzing each and everything. Even mobile phones are hacked, even microphones and webcams or cameras have been hacked, and it not only analyzes, but also it analyzes our voice and also face, emotions, facial expressions when we are seeing certain content. So this is all very important to understand. In fact, it's a great business. How do you think, Facebook, Google become a richest in the world without even, we are not buying a single product from them. We are not paying a single penny for them, but they are the world's richest in the world. How? Because our data. They are selling our data multiple times. Whoever needs our data, they are selling, and every time they sell, they make money. So that's why they are giving us product free, and they are making us to use product. They are making in such a way that we are today, social media or gadget addiction is the most addiction today. We are always engaged on our screens, and the screen time is going to be a great issue now. We are addicted to mobile phones. We are addicted to social media. We are addicted to gadgets, and we are also seeing various gaming disorders like that. So coming to this documentary, The Great Hack, SEL Group was a private research and strategic communications company interested in studying and influencing mass behavior. With alleged expertise in psychological operations, PsyOps, the company worked in military and political operations around the world in the late 1990s, included electioneering in the developing world throughout the early 2000s. To do business involving US elections, and subsidiary Cambridge Analytica was formed in 2012. In 2015, Cambridge Analytica, a UK-based political consulting firm, began working on behalf of Ted Cruz's campaign to attempt to win the 2016 US Republican nomination. It used Facebook as a means for political voter surveillance through the collection of user data points, independent journalist investigations into the data mining, along with the whistleblower accounts said the firm's impact on Brexit led to the scandal over the influence of social media in the political elections. So in the film, the Cambridge Analytica scandal is examined through the eyes of several involved persons. Emma Brent was the senior researcher for the film. So what's the scandal in this movie? So Cambridge Analytica, the firm responsible for the scandal, was dedicated to the big data. The data which was collected was meant to be used as part of sales strategy that involved creating massive campaigns that approaches users in a personal manner. The results of the campaign ended by disrupting US and UK politics and led to the claims of complicity of social media enterprises such as Facebook. The illicit harvesting of personal data by Cambridge Analytica was first reported in December 2015 by Harry Daves, a journalist for The Guardian. He reported that Cambridge Analytica was working for United States Senator Ted Cruz and used the data harvested from millions of people's Facebook accounts without their consent. Facebook refused to comment on this story other than to say it was investigating. Further reports followed in the Swiss publication Das Magazine by Hannes Grasseger and Michael Krogeres in December 2016, later translated and published by Vice. Carol Cadwalder, The Guardian, starting in February 2017, and Matthias Schwartz in The Intercept, March 2017, and Brittany Casper, former Director of Business Development at Cambridge Analytica, revealed that everything published involving Cambridge Analytica in the Brexit campaign and Ted Cruz campaign was true. So they confessed that it was true. The scandal reached a point where even Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder, has had to testify officially in the front of several committees of the United States Congress. We have seen in the news, even this big scandal has raised the eyebrows across the world, and even the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, has to give his testimony and testify officially in front of several committees and courts. So when Cambridge Analytica's former CEO Alexander Nix was exposed on Channel 4 as claiming to have 5,000 data points on every American voter, Professor David Carroll took notice. He undertook a legal journey to try to reclaim his data with the help of a lawyer, Ravi Nayak of ITN Solicitors, an expert on the data privacy in the United Kingdom. Because Cambridge Analytica processed user data via SEL in Britain, Carroll's complaints fell under British jurisdiction. On July 4, 2017, Carroll filed a complaint with the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, of the UK. As a result, SEL was fined £15,000 for lack of compliance with the ICO. Also, as a result, Facebook paid £5 lakh for the lack of transparency and security issues relating to the harvesting of data consulting in the related scandal. So Facebook was penalized for £5 lakh. During Carroll's legal battle, SEL filed for bankruptcy. Cambridge Analytica's work was found to violate UK privacy laws. The ICO released a statement saying, had SEL still existed in its original form, our intention would have been to issue the company with a substantial fine for several breaches of the principle, one of the DPA 1998 for unfairly processing people data for political purposes, including purposes connected with the 2016 US presidential campaigns. So with David Carroll's journey unfolds, the investigative journalist Carol Cadwalder continues her work into the influence of Cambridge Analytica. The work leads her to a whistleblower, Christopher Wiley, who explains her micro-targeting combined with mass harvesting of data was used to influence elections. So Cadwalder exclusive interviews with Wiley, the Observer, revealed how psychographic profiling tactics were used and carried out with the user data scrapped from Facebook with the help of Cambridge University professor Alexander Kogan. The allegations take that the Cambridge Analytica scandal public and led Wiley to testifying in the UK Parliament and mentioning the name of former director at Cambridge Analytica, Brittany Kaiser, a polarizing yet essential part of the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Wiley penned a tell-all called Mindfuck in 2019. So the filmmakers tracked down Brittany Kaiser in Thailand, where she considers becoming a whistleblower and making information about Cambridge Analytica public on dodging press inquiries and questions. With the help of a British-born social entrepreneur, writer and organizer, Paul Hilder, she decides to go back to Washington, D.C. to come clean with the help of specific documents from her personal Cambridge Analytica archives. Kaiser explains the effect of micro-targeting of unsuspecting individuals, particularly those she calls percevables, by Cambridge Analytica in 2016 US elections. So this was a synopsis. So we will discuss it tomorrow. I have given the story background of this movie. and how it was, in this documentary, we have seen how Facebook was used to influence these UK and US elections. And, there are various other things that are happening with our data. And in fact, we think that, we are guiding them, but they are in turn influencing and guiding us. So let's look at, you can also watch, you can come with your own perspectives, and we will discuss it tomorrow. If you have anything, any queries on today's session, you can unmute and ask, or you can share in chat box. Otherwise, we shall conclude for the day. So I'll be sharing this trailer in the group. A new WhatsApp group has been created. And for those, and we have a different registration form also. Actually, we mixed up. We had to disconnect and connect back again for that session. But anyway, I will share that link also now. You can register for that. You can choose any movie, any document, any media. Basically, it should be a media content. You are free to choose any. So this is the registration form. We request everyone to fill the registration form. And daily fill the registration forms for both, because daily we will have different session, and certificates also will be different for both the series and for both different sessions. Each certificate will also have the mention of what was discussed, topics. So don't think that, everything is same. So every day we request everyone, whoever is joining, register. And there is also separate website dedicated to this. And all the certificates will be available on that website. Don't look these certificates. Both are different projects as such. I will share that website link also. So this is a website link for media webinar series. And there is a different WhatsApp group that has been created for this. So you can join that, where exclusively media webinar series related information is saved. So you can choose any movie, just let us know in advance so that we can also share the trailer in the group, so that whoever wants to participate, they can also participate in the discussion. This is not going to be a one-way presentation and going up. We want everyone to share there, because we also want to learn from everyone. What do they think and how they can also contribute. So we will have at least 10 to 15 minutes discussion initially. As on, participants get comfortable, we can take more time. And in coming days, we will also try to ensure we are working on, getting some rights so that we can watch the entire movie. And we can also discuss while movie is in, but we need to look at certain legal things are there. We are working on it, and we will start that also in coming days. where we can analyze, watch the complete documentary or movie online. But we cannot stream online. That there already we are in the process. So without live streaming, we can watch it. So when that provision will be available, we will let you know. But as of now, we will, to be on the safer side, we are using trailers, but we can discuss it. There is no issue. But coming to video, we cannot play the entire movies or documentaries. Documentaries we can play, not an issue. But movies, there are certain copyright related issues. So we are working, we will involve one of the crew member from the movie so that we'll take permission from them. We'll also invite any crew member, part of it. So they will also be part of it, and we will discuss, we'll take their opinion also. So if there are no queries, we will end up for today and register. So the first feedback which was taken was for international webinar series, and then present feedback which was taken, the second feedback which was taken would be used for the international media series. So if there are no further queries, then let's wind up for the day and see you all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So you can prepare on this and we can discuss tomorrow. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.